Uh-huh. Hey, Sweeney, did you see that video that I sent you? Yeah, and pretty much everything that I was saying. Like I was saying, guys, I was talking to Sweeney Friday night as we were playing, as we were playing Code Vein, because I couldn't keep going with Death Stranding anymore. I had to take a break from it. I was just like, I can't. I went back to Code Vein, which is an incredible game, very, very good game. And come to find out, apparently Hideo Kojima claims that all Americans are just like into shooting games, and we don't understand his art because all his harsh reviews, like all his worst scores, came from Americans, which isn't true. Inside Gaming did a really, really good episode tonight as well about that. But Kojima says that Americans are into shooters and we don't understand it. Like the Italians and the French and the Japanese all love Death Stranding. And I'm not saying that I hate it. I have very, very mixed feelings about it. And I was going to explain this to Ichigo here because he asked me about what, like, my feelings on it, and essentially where I'm at right now is it 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 100% feels like I'm playing a delivery man simulator. Like for some reason, I work in this post-apocalyptic Amazon run country. Like we're no longer the United States of America, we're the United Cities of America, and I feel like our overlords is Amazon, and my job is to deliver packages for everybody who has Prime. Like that's what it seems like I'm doing. Um, Now let's not get that convoluted. I mean, the story is great. It's just buried under minutia. That's the thing. And it's funny how when you look at the reviews, a lot of people say that Kojima and his team struggle to balance story with gameplay. And it's funny to hear that because this whole game is about balance. You've got these packages and you constantly got to make sure your character is balanced, that he doesn't tip over and damage the package while you scale these mountains and these long valleys and all this other stuff. I mean, it's very, very slow moving. The pace at which the game moves is it drags on quite a bit from my experience so far. Now I've seen some pretty cool clips of other people playing, but I almost feel like that's like the movies. Like I don't know if you guys have ever seen a trailer for a movie and it's like the 30-second trailer is the coolest thing ever. You're like, holy shit, this looks amazing, this is great, can't wait to go see the movie. And then you find out the trailer was the best part of the movie. That the trailer was everything. There is nothing else. They used all their best scenes to show you the trailer and sell you that. Perfect example, Suicide Squad. I know I'm gonna get some hate for this one, but Suicide Squad was absolutely terrible. I don't give a shit who you are. Suicide Squad is terrible. Will Smith as a hero. I mean, I don't even like Will Smith to begin with as an actor for the most part, but as a hero, like him. I mean, as a villain, like him even worse. Suicide Squad, absolute trash. What we saw, the whole commercial, the whole trailer, was essentially Queen. That's what it was. We all got super amped up for Suicide Squad because we heard Queen and we're like, okay, this is going to be a good movie. And then it was trash. Or look at earlier this year, Anthem. We were all super excited to play Anthem. Based off of what they showed us at E3, they had these like moving giant mechs and all these things, and Anthem was just a big miss. Just a big freaking stinking miss. And I don't even know if we're ever going to get back to that. I'm dealing with that issue right now with another game. With Ghost Recon Wildlands. I'm not Wildlands. Oh my god, the latest one that I'm playing. See, I've already forgotten the name. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Breakpoint. There we go. There you go. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Breakpoint is just cool storyline, but it's just buried under minutia. So, not exactly sure how much longer I'm going to stick with Death Stranding. We're going to try. We're going to give it, that good old Boy Scout try and try to make it through this. But to me, this feels like Mel Gibson in Signs. Something that just, I'm not going to finish. I just refuse. Not gonna. Dude, I actually sat through Space Odyssey 2001, sat through that whole movie. And I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but that movie is all of like 10 minutes of dialogue. It is an absolutely terrible movie, but people find it to be groundbreaking, revolutionary for its time, and all this other. It's like when somebody takes a shit and then they smear it on a canvas and they call it art. You've always got some asshole out there who's gonna say that it's absolute genius, and I haven't decided if that's what Death Stranding is. If Death Stranding is just this pile of turds that was slapped on a canvas, and you've got these people who are, I mean, I don't know. I'm still playing. I'm still playing. We're gonna still try to figure this out. So let's see what mission we're on right now. Okay. What are my active orders? What I gotta deliver? Okay, so I've got to deliver from Capital City to Port Knot City. Okay. Do I have everything I need? Okay, order number 14. Aid package delivery. Okay. So, do I have the items that I need for this? Let's see. Nope, not this. Cargo. Got some grenades. Okay, I don't. It doesn't look like I have the cargo. So let's go over here. Get the cargo that I need. Take standard orders. Tranquilizers, resins. Nope, not that one. Orders for Sam. Oh. Did I dump my stuff somewhere? I might have. Private locker. Climbing sprays. Oh, did I screw up? Shit. I don't even know where the hell I left the packages at now. It's not on the bike. I got my motorcycle, it's not on my bike. What the hell am I supposed to be delivering? See? I'm telling you, it feels like Amazon. Bro, I feel like one of the Amazon Prime guys in the warehouse right now just looking for this customer's order because they're going to have a shit fit if we don't get it there same day delivery. Okay, Port Knot City, number of items. It's 50k. It's 50 kilograms of items. Okay. Where am I? Okay, I'm in Capital City, so yeah. So apparently if we lost our cargo, you can redeploy the cargo. Okay. I believe I dropped it in a locker somewhere. In a private locker is what I feel like I did. But you know what? Just to be safe, so instead of running around the map looking for it, we are just going to redeploy it to right where we're at now. Okay. Okay, but again, speaking of great games, Code Vein was amazing, Sweeney. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then I went back on YouTube and I watched the other endings. And while the other endings were really depressing. I mean, yeah, I was really depressing. I am so glad that I just mentioned the ending to you, and that way you mentioned the good ending, and I was like, okay, cool, let's just go with that. Because those, I would have been thoroughly upset if I had gotten like how shitty do you have to do to get the first ending? Yeah, exactly. Where your friends find. Wow. Gotcha. But then wait a minute, wait a minute. But you said EO, the EO one, I had to get all the EO, I mean the IO one, or is that to unlock the secret ending? So what happens if you just do just the successors? I mean, which ending do you get if you save just as? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't want to. Especially, it's just, not that I don't want to play the game again. I 100% will get to the game again. Um, I just don't want to do it right now because, again, I've got Delivery Simulator to play, plus Friday I've got Jedi Fallen Order and Pokemon, so it's just a lot, and I don't want to. Yeah, Pokemon comes out Friday. Yep. So picking that up. Um, so Pokemon's cool because Pokemon I can play on the go. Cough cough. You know I can whenever work gets slow I can play at work. Things like that. Where Jedi Fallen Order I'll be playing that at home. So uh, the stream is gonna be I'm gonna be streaming Jedi Fallen Order. I don't have a capture card right now that I can use with my Switch. So I'm not going to be streaming that just yet. I'll probably get to that eventually. Um, but yeah, I've got two big titles coming out on the 15th, which makes me very happy that they pushed back Doom. As much as I really want to play Doom, it was a relief knowing that they pushed Doom back to March. Because I'm really also hoping that with that um, with that, I can get another chance to order the collector's edition, which comes with an actual helmet that you can put on. So, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, cool. Yeah, fucking bring on the more Souls game. I'll keep playing more Souls style games. That's again, love Sekiro, love Code Vein. Funny enough, the only Souls game I did not like was freaking Bloodborne. I really just did not like Bloodborne at all. I don't know. I hated it. I don't know if it was just the era and the story that they were telling. I I hated it. Like I just had a bad taste from moment one, and I was just like, ugh, I don't want to deal with this. And you got to remember too, like I was one of the day oneers, so it was kind of glitchy. Like that guy with the two swords, I killed him, and then he never showed back up. I guess you're supposed to just walk up and talk to him. Yeah, that guy. Dude, I saw a badass. I saw a bad guy, and I was like, okay. And then I just rushed his ass and freaking bodied him, and then he just never came back. Like that was, oh, I killed him because he fought me. Well, yeah, I know that, but again, was not prepared. I saw a guy with two swords, bro. In what world does anyone think? Let me go walk up to this guy and just say hello. Like, no, he has two swords. No. I played Dark Souls plenty of times. I played Dark Souls plenty of times, and I saw plenty of assholes with two swords stab me. No, I was not gonna let that guy get me. Plus, it's the only way to get his weapons, anyways, which pissed me off because even after I killed him, I didn't even get the weapons didn't even drop for me. The game glitched and the weapons never dropped. I thought that's how you got the weapons from him. Oh, see, see, we're in Dark Souls. Most of the time they do. You're like, ah, I like your hammer. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, you don't do that once because your armor damage weapons that you give non-weapons in game serve a purpose as weapons at once.
Okay, so I will say in my second attempt to come back to this game. Go ahead.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, yeah, that prick.
Source Leader doesn't have dual swords.
She definitely did. But yeah, she's holding them. Okay. So I'm gonna try to get as many deliveries done and push through the story as much as possible. I'm hoping that it doesn't hurt me because that hurt me in Breakpoint, which really pissed me off. That I was going through the storyline and I was not getting leveled up for it. This motorcycle sucks. That's the other thing that I hate. Like on top of the shitty mechanics in this game, shitty vehicles as well. Like I don't understand how a 1995 copy of the Excite bike works better than this 2019 motorcycle. So one thing that they did mention though is as we continue to play Death Stranding, it should get better because um, because more people are going to be playing the game and they're going to be leaving stuff behind for you to gain access to. So like now that I'm playing the game, I'm seeing bridges and stuff on top of the stuff that I've built. I guess the servers keep matching you with other people who are, I'm not exactly sure how it does it, but they keep matching you with other people, and then you get to reap the benefits of the stuff that they left behind as well. Okay, that's a really. Okay, let's charge the motorcycle again. Okay. I don't know why it's not showing me. Oh, nice, I can bunny hop the motorcycle. That's interesting.
I wonder if anyone's watching.
Oh no, don't jump off the bike like that. Can ruin the cargo.
Come on, let's roll.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to look at the options again. System, options, control.
And sweet.
Okay, there we go. Jump, dismount, brake, scan train, accelerate, compass mode. What the hell? I gotta hit L3 while I'm steering? Oh, that's so frustrating. You guys are the worst. Ooh, somebody built a massive bridge over there. That's ugly. Nice. Yeah. Sounds good. That and like the game constantly pausing is frustrating. The game constantly pauses every time you come into an area where there's BTs. Yeah, there you go. Here goes some BTs in the area. Yeah, motorcycle. Should be just an area. Charge the bike. Okay. Got the bike. Let's make sure our stuff is in good condition. Yeah, that's the other thing you got to worry about is like the condition of your cargo. So if it takes too much damage, then your cargo is no good, and then you fail the stupid mission. Okay, so they only took a little hit. I will say I find it entertaining that you know, taking a leak is a thing. Yeah, yeah. So like as you drink water or whatever, it becomes a requirement to take a leak. Oh, I didn't want a post box. I want a repair spray. Okay, full of stuff. There we go. Okay, let's enter my private room. Yeah, and apparently, I mean, at least at this point in the game, they make weapons off of my off of everything for me. Like I take a shower, they make weapons from my sweat. I take a leak, they make weapons from my urine. I take a dump, they make weapons from my excrement. Like, there's something special about my blood that is harmful to the BTs. Okay, my bike is repaired. BB's been pacified. Blood transfusion is complete.
Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
Okay, blood bag in my private locker. Nice. Bam. Hmm. That's actually pretty cool. I want a shower that has like a fan in it, like the air dryer from like when you go to the restroom, and it just blows like hot air to dry you off. That'd be pretty dope to have one of those inside the shower too. Hmm. Good idea. Good idea. Okay. Let's get the hell out of here because I don't care about the Monster Energy drink sponsorship in this game. So just know when the world goes to hell, apparently Monster Energy drink will still be around. That's just to let you know that the chemicals and preservatives and that shit is next level. Because think about it, there's no real companies out here manufacturing. Like the idea of manufacturing is done right now. There's no Monster Energy drink plant anywhere. We're all just trying to survive. So that means all these cans of Monster is just shit that's been lying around forever.
Have a pleasant journey. Keep on keeping on. Use freely. Restrictions lifted. We have been expecting you, Sam.
Okay, so let's look at where I'm at. Damn it, can I ride the bike this whole way? I feel like I'm gonna get screwed somehow. There was a way to make the map tilt. No, what the hell? Damn it. I know there was a way to like... Okay. It's crazy they have a whole like tip section that's just everything. There's so much in here. I just don't think a game should have that many quote unquote tips already in there by the developers. I really like the story, I really don't like the mechanics. Vehicles. Like I'm over here trying to figure out the map, and it's crazy because it told me how to tilt the map, and then now it's not telling me. Okay, and yep, not telling me. Okay. I know it was like 2 buttons at once. system, controls, compass mode, L1, call out, steering, speed boost, camera move, dismount. Okay, I'm gonna have to Google it. I give. I quit. I give. I'm gonna Google it. How the hell do I fucking tilt the map?
Okay, thank God the guy who writes
How to tilt map death.
Come on, sensor. Okay. Just trying to get all this stuff done.
See, I'm not the only one. There's a whole subreddit asking how the hell do you tilt the map. You have to touch the... Aha, there we go. Okay, so you have to tap, like put your hand on the touchpad at the same time that you turn the actual controller. What the actual F? Okay, so if I do that, I gotta go to Port Knot City. This is clearly a mountain that I have to climb, so I can't ride my bike through there. Okay, so even though they gave me a motorcycle, I'm gonna have to abandon it because I can't ride a bike through there because that's all cliffs. Oh, okay.
We have been expecting you, Sam.
That's
Begin the scan. Examine bridges. Verifying I have been expecting you, Sam. Weapons detected. All weapons will be stopped until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
gosh.
Decontaminate. Keeping all clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Okay.
So now I've got to grab my cargo off the bike, and I'm gonna have to hoof it. Okay.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey. Econ keeping on.
Someone's happy.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Okay, and that's where we're going. That way. At least plenty of people built bridges.
Sam, it's Hartman. Your friend and fellow doom sufferer. Our affliction, such as it is, began with the beach, or rather, our discovery of it. Once, the question of life after death was answered only by religion and philosophy. But when we learned of the beach's existence, death became something more tangible, knowable. The living soon walked the shores of the afterlife, while dead things, beached things, began to find their way back. And then came dooms, and with it a host of theories advanced by physicians and psychologists, desperate to explain the world's newest mystery. The symptoms were duly categorized and stratified into levels. But repatriates like you are a singularly rare breed, worthy of a classification all your own. The specialists must have been climbing over one another to get a look at you. I wonder what they found.
Shit.
Everything's okay.
Another mechanic. Gotta keep the baby happy. What's the cargo looking at like after that fall? Yeah. 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 Yeah, I heard you have to kill like absolutely everything and then do it stupid fast. Nice.
Nice. There we go. There we go.
Okay, so I'm almost gonna guarantee it's not gonna be easy just to walk right over this little mountain. There's gonna be BTs. No, Yep, I already see some strands over there. Some strands right there. Oh, the Gold Wraithian and Silver Rathalos are out now? Nice. Yeah, as usual. Nice. Nice. Um, I was watching some like animated shorts or whatever, and they showed something along. Rajang is back now as well. Yeah, yeah. I saw that they showed a video of how they explain how Rajang shows up in Monster Hunter: The New World, and it was essentially a bunch of hunters strapped into a bunch of helicopters or whatever, and after strapping him to a bunch of helicopters, they floated him over to the new island and then dropped him off in front of Demojo so that they could fight.
He has very small amounts of which is
Yeah, yeah. I played all of them. Like I went back to play Freedom Unite. I started originally with Ultimate on the Wii. So I did Ultimate, then no, was it Ultimate? No, it was Monster Hunter 3, then Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate or something. I played with the yeah, that's what it was. I started with Try. I started with Try. Yeah, then played Ultimate. Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Oh, I'm getting you.
No shame.
See this whole cliff. It's like directly in front of me.
Leave them on the other side.
Okay, cargo. The container is damaged. How much spray do I have? Just a little bit of spray.
God damn it.
I can't do that. I'm fighting nothing. Okay, we're safe. Okay. We just gotta get out of the time clock. Come on. Oh, stop raining on me. Stop raining on me. So, I mean, it affects it a lot because essentially you don't want to, you don't want to move too fast through certain areas because then you'll alert the BTs of your position. Okay? But if you move too slow, the timefall ages anything that it touches. So essentially it damages the packages that you're trying to deliver. Yeah, which is frustrating because if it destroys it, then that's mission over. Ah, see, as my packages are starting to flash right now. So it's a constant struggle of making sure that you're moving fast enough, but not too fast, and like like right now I'm kind of slipping down this mountainside or whatever, and it's frustrating because sometimes he just keeps like his balance, he keeps rolling forward or whatever, and if you bump into rocks or walls or anything, you essentially cause damage to the packages, which is not good. Again, and these missions are long as shit because of how slow you have to walk through certain areas. Like this current trip that they had me taking, I couldn't use the motorcycle because I looked at it and I had to climb over a mountain. So the whole thing is like this super long hike, which is frustrating. Yeah, and I'm out of repair spray, so I'm hoping that I can find something close by where I can make some repair spray. At least the port city right here. I'm hoping that there's not this like patch of BTs in between here. Like I said, the actual story itself is a pretty interesting story. The idea is that the world, the universe was created by the Big Bang, okay? And essentially, it seems like humanity is going to be killed by a Big Bang. That's where we're at right now. So, this new Big Bang brought about these BTs. Which I don't know what the acronym BT stands for yet. They haven't explained that. They told us BB, which is bridge baby, those little babies that are attached to our chest. And bridge babies are used because babies have this innate ability to kind of see the firmament, like kind of see the void or the in-between worlds, which is something that has been talked about in all sorts of like mythology and lore and things like that throughout history. That babies were always super sensitive to the supernatural. Seeing things that we as adults don't see because we've been lost in touch with the ability or the sensitivity to it. But yeah, so you use a yeah, so it's just one of those situations where you use the baby as kind of like your guide. In the game, there are people who have what they call dooms. Dooms are people who can sense the other BTs or see them without using a bridge baby. So your character, Sam Porter, he has dooms, but he's only like a level 1 or a level 2. So he can sense them, but he can't see them. Where your sister, Amelie, who you find out, I believe it's his sister, Amelie, she can actually see them. Like she helped a convoy get across the whole U.S. She helped them get across the whole U.S. without bumping into any BTs or anything. So her ability to see them is like next level. But now you have something that I don't think she has. Your next ability that you have that makes you really special is you're what they call a repatriate. So you're someone who, if you die, you have the ability to direct your soul back to your body and come back to life. So you don't actually die. Yeah, and then it's come. Yeah, and then these
Raphalos. Yeah, sorry about it.
No, you're good. So yeah, so that's all interesting, and then like it looks like the BTs feed off of us, so we have something like it's some sort of energy source that we give off as humans that they can sense and they feed off of.
One bad army
and whenever they eat us, they get. You remember when Pain took out the hidden leaf?
I won't lie. That's some feat.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, they essentially cause like a crater. In the game, they call it a void out. But it creates this giant freaking crater wherever it's at, anytime they can get a hold of a live body. So they feed off of bodies and stuff like they feed off of living beings. Um, and anytime somebody dies, that person goes into necrosis and can eventually become a BT. So in the game, they essentially incinerate. They incinerate people to prevent that from happening. Well, right in the beginning of the game, like in the first 5-10 minutes that you're playing, you're tasked with having to incinerate a body, and you guys get attacked on the way. And one of the delivery guys shoots the driver because it's too late for him. Like he's being grabbed by the BTs.
So that was the freaking first gameplay trailer they showed off.
Yeah, yeah, where it shoots him in the head, and then the guy goes to go shoot himself, but the BT doesn't let him do it. He grabs him by the leg and makes him drop his gun, and then he tries to reach for the gun and he can't do it, and then the BT eats him whole because he wants that energy. The BT needs that energy, and that's what gives him the ability to create a void out. And then the void out, bro, the void out takes out a whole city. We're not just talking about like just like a big hole the size of a pickup truck. No, bro. When a void out happens, it took out a whole city. This just massive giant crater on the map now. Like it was just ridiculous. So that's why it's very, very important that people don't get caught by these ETs. And while you're dealing with all of this shit, then there's these group of people called the mules. They're like vagabonds. They're pirates or outcasts. And as you're trying to make your deliveries, these guys use technology to scan the area, and they can see if you have equipment that they can steal, and then they'll try to steal it from you as well. And then you gotta fight these guys off. Like they try to hit you with, like, right now I haven't gotten any weapons like a gun or something. I just can only fist fight. But the enemies, they have these like, I believe so. I did see some footage where you do have a gun, so I believe so. But it's, bro, it is the mechanics hide what I believe would be a really, really incredible. I think this would make a better movie than a game, in my opinion. I really think, or at least a better like mini series, or like if you broke it up, because it seems really good. The idea is there. But it's all just buried under this like really shitty mechanic of having to be a delivery person. And I guess Kojima's excuse for it is because he says the two oldest known inventions to man is the string and the stick.
Cool.
The stick, or the strand, is essentially what brings people together, and the stick is used to ward away evil or enemies. So essentially, your stick is to protect and fight. Your rope or your strand is to connect. So Death Stranding, the whole idea behind Death Stranding was this idea of just connecting these communities. But you gotta connect these communities through these fucking deliveries, and it's like, ugh, that's so stupid. There's just this whole delivery, like, FedEx simulator shit just really feels like it would be better done a different way. Like, you can connect communities in a way where you don't have to make these stupid deliveries. That was just, I don't know, poor execution. Okay, so it looks like we are now in the south. Wow, I crossed this country pretty freaking fast, that's for sure. We're in the south, we are north of the Panhandle. I just can't tell if we're high enough north where we're like Louisiana right now. Let's look at a map of America. USA map. Okay, because I can see Florida's Panhandle. Okay. So let's Florida there. We got Alabama. Right. Okay, so we're yeah. See, we're further north in Louisiana, just like I thought. Because there goes that port right there. Okay, so literally directly south of where I'm at, you can kind of see this little finger-looking thing. That is that's Louisiana all the way at the bottom. But Louisiana is a weird L shape. And that L shape, I think I'm in Mississippi is where I'm at right now. I'm either in Mississippi or I'm in like that top weird corner of Louisiana. Okay. Yeah, so the time fall is very, very interesting because I will say again, the imagery that Kojima uses is pretty cool. The idea of something so beautiful like a rainbow. You know, like we look at a rainbow and we're all amazed at a rainbow when it shows up. Now in this game, you see a rainbow, you kind of want to run. Rainbows are bad because rainbows means the time fall is coming. And the time fall is this really weird rain that whatever it touches, it ages. Like it fast forwards it into the future. And right at the beginning of the game, there's a scene where the time fall hits your hand, and that little spot of your hand gets really, really old. And then you meet a woman, and she tells you that her body's been affected, from her neck all the way down by the time fall. And there's nothing that she can do to like reverse it or change it. So the time fall is a very, very interesting mechanic. Yeah, so it's like you're fighting so many things. You're fighting your balance, just not falling and breaking your shit that you're trying to deliver. You're fighting the BTs. You're fighting the mules, which are the Marauders, and then you're fighting the
Same
fucking
as
time
mine.
fall.
Where the hell did you get it?
Yeah, I can't really say. With the little guy, he came with the pod, if you gotta know.
And who'd you get the pod from?
Igor, from Corpse Disposal.
My little brother.
Oh, okay, little brother.
So, what? He just gave one of these to you. Why?
I was there with him, at the end. We were moving a body. Things went to shit. There's BTs everywhere. And one of them grabbed him. So he told me to take it and run.
That right. So what's your story? You lived through a catastrophe like that, only to keep on doing the same work? Okay. Been a long time coming, I suppose. You take good care of that little guy. He belongs with the expedition. With you.
All right.
Better if you take this with you too, I reckon. Can't think of anyone who could use it more.
Somebody finally gonna give me a gun? Oh, no, more grenades.
Sam, you've done it. Port Knot City is back on the grid. This community, a part of the UCA. Their data, a part of our shared wisdom. With enough time and enough cargo printers, they'll be able to build ships. And one day, the waters will be ours again. All because you led the way. Though what follows in your wake isn't always
Yeah, I'm very
good.
curious as to like what
Any
happened
city
to the
that
rest of
joins
the
in
world
this
too.
fate
So I
becomes a
wonder if they
bigger
explain
target
that
for
in here.
terrorists. But we have to
Because
accept
right
the
now this all
dangers
takes
and
place in
press
America,
on,
but like
no matter
is
what.
Europe or China
Rest
or like
America is
Europe,
waiting
Asia,
soon, waiting for
Australia, like are
you
they
to take
dealing
the
with all the
first
same
step
stuff?
and connect them
Because
to the higher
apparently it
network.
seems like
I
the
know you can
waters
reach
are
them.
uninhabitable.
Make us
Like
whole
being
again.
out on the water is very, very bad. I guess all the BTs are on the waters
Thanks.
and on the beaches,
One more C
and then
in
they
the
kind of stroll in,
DCA,
and they show you
So,
scenes of the
you fixing
beaches
to
where
cross
these
the land
there's all
and
these
head
like
west?
washed up whales
Yeah.
and seals and
We got a boat?
all sorts of like sea life that are just
Not
washed
for
up.
years now. Terrorists took out everything, bridges, that floats. Only boat in town belongs to a private courier.
Private courier? Don't tell me. Fragile Express?
That's the one. I already spoke with their rep. I'm having them load the boat with some of the supplies you brought us. I'll bet the folks in Lake Knot will be tickled pink to see someone coming aboard. Been a while, I expect. Head on down to the harbor when you're ready.
Yeah, I
It's right
mean,
outside
it
the
might be
Bistro
easier
Center.
for people to play in a little bit because again, every day, more and more
Don't
people are
worry,
playing,
Fort Knot's
so they're
ever
placing
disarranged.
down more bridges,
Feel
they're
free to
placing
rest
more
up in your
battery
room before you
chargers
head
and more
out.
mailboxes. So I think the game is just going to get progressively easier as the longer people wait before they get into it. Oh no, not at all. Yeah.
The whole shutting down all the nuclear vaccines and pretty reminiscent to this. I don't know. Me personally, so long as the story is just really freaking good, I don't mind whatever game they're throwing together.
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering if I'm at the point where the game story is so good, it oversells and overshadows the shittiness of the mechanics. You know, I agree. If they can really knock it out the park with the story, maybe I won't be so bothered by it. But right now, it's a struggle. Right? That's what I think that's what I'm trying to figure out. I want to know what the hell the BTs are.
Nice.
See, no, I think for me, I think that Big Bang kind of like spawned something, and it essentially blended the two worlds together, the world of the afterlife and the world of our current, which is why when people go into necrosis, they essentially become BTs. So I don't think it's extraterrestrial. I just think something extraterrestrial.
Extraterrestrial, I said it extra dimensional,
Yeah,
which I guess would still count as like afterlife.
yeah, because for some reason when these people die, they don't. We've been taught the circle of life. Essentially, you're born, you live, you eat, you feed, you die, and then you go back to the earth. Okay? Right now, our the laws that we have of our understanding of the world is that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. All it can do is be transferred. So we have this constant cycle, this circle of life that we live by, and it seems like this, whatever happened, has disrupted that. It has disrupted our way of living and the way what we know, and people aren't staying dead. They're staying in this weird dimensional undead thing, constantly looking to feed, I guess. I don't know if it's the desire of them to want to be alive again or something else, but
Brought you an astronaut. Mankind can go anywhere, even outer space. You'll be out of hand no time.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Is how come we didn't make attempts to get on rocket ships and go to space and just avoid the BTs altogether?
I mean, which I think would make more sense. But then again, stuff like that seems hard to
I don't think they're intelligent. You know, kind of like zombies in Resident Evil. I think they're just driven by by their pure desire to feed. Like that's it. They don't seem intelligent at this point. At this point so far in the game, they seem like these like because you can see how their prints show up on the map, and it seems like they've got these arms, and what they're doing is they're touching and they're feeling around to see if they can find any kind of source of food or energy. They don't have eyes, they can't see. All they can do is hear, and we've been able to maintain cities away from them, which leads us to believe that we should be able to set up a rocket ship and then just launch a rocket. Um, so I am.
But now the problem with that is colonizing a different celestial body.
Oh, I wouldn't even say colonize a different celestial body. Just go up to the ISS. You know, stay at the International Space Station, and then from there just work on missions back and forth. I mean, you keep the bulk of humanity what is most important, and like you keep like your scientists and your just very important people who give us the best opportunity of recapturing our planet or figuring this issue out. You keep them on the ISS, and then you just keep doing missions back and forth from the ISS back to Earth. Because I mean, we're so far in the future that we're 3D printing bridges, like full actual bridges that you would drive a car on, coming out of a 3D printer. So that's the whole point of us reconnecting all these towns, is to be able to send mass amounts of data to build these things. So,
You say 3D printing, is it like using nanomachines or is it hard
um, okay, so they're called chiral printers. The chiral printer, think of it as like a little R2D2 that doesn't move. Okay, it's this little station that you set it down, and then you pick what you want. Kind of like Warframe, you pick what you want to build. If you want to build a bridge or a power station or a mailbox, those are some of the things that I've seen that I can build. So say I pick bridge, so I put the bridge down, bam. So now the bridge stays incomplete and it tells me how much materials that I need. So it says, okay, you need, 500 metal, and then we need, 400 of this chiral energy crystals. So you go out, you collect that stuff, come back, put it in, and rinse and repeat. That's it. You just keep rinsing and repeating to build new stuff. Okay, chiral crystals, metals.
Sam, can now submit upgrade requests for structures. If there's one you use a lot, you should definitely consider it.
Okay, so I guess I gotta go down there. Head for the harbor.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
BTs are here to report. That's strange. Cutscenes on stuff at the home. Have you seen on YouTube Yoshi Stranding? This is interesting. How is this guy walking amongst... He's walking amongst the BTs. Ooh, he's controlling it.
The name's
Yep.
Higgs.
Higgs.
The particle of God that permeates all existence. Ah, so it was you that dragged him into all this. Bloodied but unbound.
Ooh, she's quick.
What's that? Bridget Strand is dead. America's last president dead and burned. Oh, and now the girl's been chosen to take Mommy's place. Well, that won't wash. She's not cut out for politics, is she? Oh, but don't worry. I'll find her. And I'll keep her real safe. You see, I've come to understand the truth of the Death Stranding. Oh, there's so much you people don't know. The girl, for instance. She's not like you or me. Dooms ain't her thing. And she's more into destruction on a worldwide scale. An extinction entity. It's so hard to form connections when you can't shake hands. Fortunately, I've got a good connection to the other side. Now you're no bridge. To me, I'm bound to all of it. This world, that world, and our sweet little angel of death.
I'm just very curious how this dude is connected to all of this. You guys are watching it on YouTube.
You're on the menu. All it'll take is one itty-bitty void out to blow us all to kingdom come. So how about it? Aren't you getting tired of the grind?
The voice actor is Troy Baker.
You've been waiting for this whole time. A game over.
I'm just very curious as to how the hell this guy
Heads up,
controls.
Sam. According to our damage assessments, it would only take a single void out to total Port Knot City. A single BT about to make contact with a civilian would be enough. We can't let that happen. You've got to deal with that BT right now.
Yeah, definitely. One person. One person. That's it. And has enough chiralium or whatever to, get up. thing? Can't punch it to death. Wait, there goes more grenades. This is the first time. This is the first boss fight that I've gotten into. Yeah, it's attacking me. So it's just like octopus squid monster that is attacking me. Yeah, so it's this octopus squid monster that is attacking me. And okay, good. And what I'm doing is I'm using these grenades that were created from my blood to be able to fight it. Apparently my blood is special. Where'd you go? Get up, Sam. What's up, Sam? People throwing the grenades? Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is just tossing me stuff. But that's one of those things that people were talking about, that as the game progresses, I guess more people will be leaving you stuff to help you. Um, so yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Okay, let's drop all that weight. Don't need that. All right. Get up. Yeah, in the game it's Sam. It's Sam Porter, or aka Norman Reedus. He survives. Apparently not. You're in a void out in like the first 5 minutes of the game. Right now, that's for sure. Come right now. Get your ass up. Get your ass up. I'm not supposed to leave this. Is this thing dead finally? Yes, I got it. Yeah. Turn into chiralium crystals. See how they look like hands, Sweeney? You're gonna see it in a moment. Yeah, it's so creepy. Yeah, it doesn't help that I'm also playing this game on the hardest mode too, so like those grenades did shit for damage. Yeah, there goes my C rating. You get ratings for every mission, every delivery you complete. S rating is your top rating. So, yeah. Hold on, I gotta whizzle my nizzles. BRB.
I'm actually gonna have to go to another chat. Back to Warframe. Jay needs my help with something. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Another time. Yeah, take care. Bye.
Okay, so now it went from Delivery Simulator meets Bomberman. Cause that's all I could do was throw grenades the whole time. What'd you say? Okay.
Incredible. Simply incredible. For the first time in history, a human being has defeated a BT. Were you not a repatriate, I doubt it would have been possible. Not only does contact with your fluids pose no risk of triggering a void out, but in much the same way as your car is rejected by the beach. Your blood can be used to expel BTs from our world and return them to the other side. You've given us hope, Sam. Perhaps we may yet be saved.
Be proud, my friend. Emily's still waiting for you in the west. Head to your boat. It's ready. Get those supplies to Lake Knot City. We're just getting started.
Okay, come on, soothe the baby. Pretty sure you're not supposed to shake a baby. Like a whole, like, shaking baby syndrome thing. Gotta get the stupid meter filled all the way. Because otherwise, I forgot what it's called, but the baby gets sick or whatever. That's crazy that... Oh wow, look at all the fish and the crab. I'm just surprised, yeah, I'm just surprised that the BT came, you know, this far inland. Where the city's at, you know. Normally these guys have defenses to stop it. Yeah. But I also, you know what too, but I forgot that guy purposely brought it here, so that could be the case. That it showed up because that guy summoned it. So I am supposed to go, yeah, go in front of us. That's where I was on my way to begin with before I was rudely interrupted. Oh wow, look at this. Yeah, give me all of that. The words of the boss. Blood bags, grenades. I'm so glad that people decided to put stuff around here and drop off blood bags and grenades for me. Once I figure out how to do that, I'll do the same thing. Apparently, like, there's this whole like system where you try to earn other people's likes. Thanks, Hideo.
Gonna catch a ride on that boat, Sam? Before you do, be aware that you'll have to leave behind any cargo you haven't gotten around to delivering. It'd be a shame to abandon something important, though, especially if you were close to finishing a run. My advice, put that stuff in your private locker in Port Knot City. Or, if you're feeling responsible, you could just delay your boat trip until you've tied up loose ends. It's your call.
Nope, no more deliveries. Done. I'm not delivering shit anymore.
Snack?
You came through then.
I don't break that easy. Name notwithstanding.
You saw that asshole too, right?
Higgs. He's the leader of a separatist group.
Seemed to me like he was controlling that BT.
That's a level 7 for you. Higher, maybe.
Seems like you know a lot about him.
Used to work together. Guess you could say we had a contract.
Ooh.
You did business with terrorists? Whoever pays, huh?
He wasn't like that back then.
So what's your angle? You want to save the world, or you want to fuck it all up like him?
I just wish things were different, all right? Here's all right.
I want to know how this ship avoids the PTs. Especially with an asshole like Higgs out there.
Come on, we're the only cargo left.
Episode 3, Fragile. Okay, so I made it to episode 3. Choosing where BB's voice comes from. Yeah, it comes from the game, because I hate when shit comes out of my controller. What I can't figure out is how to shut off the vibrate in the controller. They won't let me shut that off. I looked everywhere for the setting and I can't. So short of just opening up my controller and taking out the stupid rudders or whatever. Which I think that's the next thing I'm going to do, is I'm just going to start opening up all my controllers and taking the rudders out. It's not like it's a switch. I can't stand it. One, it kills the battery on the phone. On the controller. It doesn't add anything for me. Unless it's the Switch where you need the vibration for certain games and stuff. Like in the Switch, like when you play Mario Party and something's buried in the sand, you need the vibration for that. Yeah. I just don't want it.
I told you before, Sam. The past just won't let go.
I want to know how Higgs knew that he's the son of the president and Amelie's the one who's taking over. That dude knew some shit. Is he a fucking telepath or something? He worked with her, but she doesn't know who Sam is. She only heard of him.
It has to do with that asshole. Higgs.
Yeah, exactly. But it just, nobody knows that the president died. There's only 3 people who know that. Well, 3 people in the doctors that were in the room. But that's it. So nobody knows that the president died. It was all a big cover-up. We incinerated the body without alerting the public to it or anything. So for what everybody knows right now is that the president's still alive. So that's why I was like, how the hell does this guy know?
Sam.
Okay, and then I believe this is his sister, Amelie. She's the one that guy said that he was going to take real good care of. Because her ability to sense BTs is pretty high up there. So we know Higgs is apparently level 7 or slightly higher. So Amelie's got to be less than that because she can't control the BTs. She can only see them. Correct. She was able to safely guide a big caravan of people and military personnel across the country without bumping into them. But they haven't made any mention of her being able to control them.
I had no idea until you told me. No idea that I was alive. Living is no different from being dead if you're all alone.
Poor Mom.
Yeah.
I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home.
Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you. Did you forget how to go home? Come on. I'll take you halfway. And then you can do the rest by yourself. Better now? I'll be waiting for you on the beach. Come and find me. We used to play together a lot in this place.
You brought me here. I couldn't make the trip on my own.
So long as you have a body to return to, you can come and go as you please.
So you can't just come back east through here?
Not until you make us whole again, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach. Come and find me. I don't know how you sleep. Need a pick-me-up? Welcome to Lake Knot City. What?
Nothing.
Let's go. This cargo is from Port Knot City, bound for Lake Knot. I'll leave these up to you. The dispatch terminal is up ahead. In the meantime, I've got some business to attend to. Later, alligator.
Okay.
Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Welcome. We were watching your boat move away. I hate to be a hard ass, but I've got to ask. Everything you're transporting above board? Nothing dangerous or illicit? I'm sure they checked you on the way in, but I'm gonna have to take a second look. All clear. Not picking up anything unusual. Cargo looks great too. Been a while since we got some of this stuff. Sorry for the hassle. Can't be too careful these days. Oh, we heard you were carrying a Cupid. Is that right? You're crazy.
How many times am I going to keep breaking that necklace off? The hell? How the hell did we get all the way up there? Okay. Straight north of Texas. Oh, I wonder if that crate out is just a void out. Looks like a lot of craters. That's scary.
So we're finally on the network. Long time coming. We won't hold anything back. Capital Knot City will get everything. If all this info sharing makes everyone safer, I'm all for it. You can bet I'm not the only one here who feels that way. I suppose it was better when Bridges 1 first came this way. At least I don't remember terrorists and BTs making our lives difficult back then. Well, be careful out there. The world's not what it used to be. And thank you.
Finally made it past Ground Zero, Sam. Congratulations. And thank you.
Ground Zero, really?
It'll only get harder from here, though. When we first came through, it was different. Peaceful. The 3 cities out there, Lake, Middle, and South Knot, were all on board with our plans for reconstruction. Fragile Express was contracted by all 3 and kept supplies moving, and people connected. But that all changed a year ago, when the Separatists carried out their attacks. One took out Middle Knot City. They detonated nukes from the old days. Half of South Knot City went up in the other. Casualties were devastating. Bridges doesn't have the resources to link up the remaining cities on its own. We need to secure the support of everyone, even those who want nothing to do with the UCA. Impossible as that may seem.
The situation has changed dramatically since Bridges 1 first went west. The destruction of Middle Knot in particular forced us to adapt a new strategy. It's like Amelie said, we don't have the time or resources to construct another knot on that scale. That's why we've taken to cutting deals with preppers and the like. Our only recourse is to utilize their shelters to bolster the strength of the network.
Takes a special kind of person to live out here on their own. The kind that'll tell us to fuck off if we ask them to join the UCA.
Oh, we know. No one's expecting them to say yes up front. But even if they don't like dealing with most people, they got on okay with Fragile Express.
Don't tell me. You want us to use her credentials to get in good with them?
Bingo. She's agreed to it too.
And in exchange, she gets...
Nothing really. A chance to get back at Higgs, I suppose. I can't blame her for wanting one. He took everything from her and then some. Time heals some wounds, but not hers. The work ahead won't be simple or easy, but it needs doing. Get some rest for now. We'll talk more later.
Your work is great.
Okay, resty. Okay, back on the beach again.
Here.
For me?
It's called a keeper. It means knot in old words. You can also use it to count stuff. I add a knot when I make a friend.
Okay. Then how about I add another knot every time I see you? This must be very important to you if you were able to bring it here. Very special.
It is special. I made it for you.
I'll treasure it, Sam.
Something to eat?
Why are you here?
Ask your boss man.
No. I mean, why are you here?
Got a delivery for Porter. You're gonna need this on the road ahead. This will ID you as an associate of Fragile Express. It's woven from my blood and chiral crystals. Think of it as a kind of bond. Preppers around these parts won't give you trouble so long as you've got it. We were the only people making deliveries out here. This was our territory. Until Higgs fucked it all up. Me, the Express, our reputation, all of it.
And now you want to fuck him back. On your own.
I'm not on my own. The cave, Port Knot City, next to your bed. So far apart, yet somehow we keep meeting. All that BT country in between where I should have been caught in void out. Yet here I am.
Wow, that's creepy.
Here
How
I
quickly
am.
she can disappear.
You can use the beach?
I have a beach. You've got yours. I've got mine.
Ooh, that's interesting. So she can
I use it
teleport
to
in and
jump
out.
across space. I can't conjure up BTs the way Higgs can, but I can go after him, chase him to the beach. Problem is, everyone's got their own way in. I'm only allowed to pass through the beach I know and understand. I'm sure you've heard the term multiverse.
You alright?
The jumps take a lot out of me. Suck my blood dry. You're going to Edge Knot City, right? Place is full of terrorists. But if you're dead set on it, then you're gonna have to deal with Higgs sooner or later.
Look, I make deliveries,
Yeah, you're welcome.
killing monsters and terrorists. It's not
So
what I do.
I've learned some more lore.
What if we did it together?
Just waiting for this video
I could use
sequence
my
to
power
finish.
to help you. We don't have to want the same thing to be on the same side. I could send you across my beach. To any place the Chiralian's thick enough. Any place connected to the Chiral network.
What do you expect in return?
I expect you to think it over. Here. Call it an incentive. And call me if you need me. This will keep us connected. See you when I see you.
Okay, nice. We've got fast travel now. Okay, so here we go. So here's some of the lore that I've gathered. I still believe Amelie's his sister. That's what either sister or mother in some sort. I'm not sure. It seems like sister. Because again, the president's his mother, and then they said the president was Amelie's mother as well. But there's clearly a big age difference between the two of them, which doesn't make sense because he's in a picture with her. But every time he sees her on the beach. So now it seems to be that the beach is not just what they mean, like the actual beach. That the beach is another universe, like crossing over. When you die, you're on the beach. Okay, and then this girl, she just mentioned how everyone has their own beach, or their own way onto the beach, rather. Now, Amelie mentioned to him when he was in the kid form, she goes, I did not even know I was alive. It was all thanks to you that we knew that I was still alive. Apparently, she's trapped on the beach. Because remember what I told you about him being a repatriate? He has the ability to find his soul. Apparently, she's a repatriate as well. But she can't guide her soul back to her body. So her body, somebody's holding her body, and she can freely walk around and she can talk to people from the beach, but she's not actually physically there. So she's using her powers to navigate through the beach and then kind of send messages and communicate with the people who are of this world. But she can't find exactly where her body's at. And he's gonna help her. And then all while he's gonna help her, that other girl that we just saw with the black suit, Fragile, she wants to get back at Higgs, which is the guy who learned how to control the BTs, and then again he can get in and out of the beach as well. So he said something that he was gonna go get her and take care of her. So I don't think he has her yet, but I think he's searching for her body as well. Because I think he's of the mindset of he who controls, the Queen's weapons or whatever controls it all. So for like the BTs and stuff like that, it could be one of those things where if he controls her abilities, it might give him more control over the BTs. So not 100%. But Fragile looks like she's just on a mission for revenge, which I'm okay with that. That's kill people for less. That's it. Kill them for just being in the way. Okay. So I'm all showering up. Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point is I am going to save, only because I keep passing out myself. Yeah, it's like, what the hell? Activate terminal. I believe I have the option to save here. Yep, I have the option to save here. Okay, system. Okay, save. Save complete. Okay, sweetie. Have a good night, buddy. I'll see you when I see you. Okay, guys. You guys have a good night. Thank you for stopping by and watching our channel. Hope to see you, on another stream.